It started with that faint, mocking beep from the keycard reader. The kind that echoes in your gut like a door slamming on your life. Ethan Ramirez stood there in the sterile lobby of Apex Freight Solutions, the Fortune 500 behemoth where he'd poured 14 years of his soul into the invisible wires that kept the world moving. Packages from coast to coast. Billions in cargo routed without a hitch because of him. But now, at 3:47 p.m. on a Friday, the red light blinked denial. And something inside him cracked. Not loud. Not violent. Just a quiet fracture spreading like frost on glass. He didn't panic. Ethan never panicked. That's what made him indispensable. Or so he'd thought. Instead, he turned slowly, his scuffed sneakers squeaking on the polished tile. And there she was, Karen from HR, her face a mask of practiced neutrality, clipboard gripped like a shield. Ethan. Let's step into conference room B, she said, her voice flat, devoid of the warmth she'd faked at company picnics. He followed without a word, the hallway stretching longer than it ever had, past the humming server room where he'd spent more nights than in his own bed. The divorce 3 years back had left him with echoes of that empty house. But this felt like losing a limb. In the room, she didn't meet his eyes as she read from her script. Due to departmental restructuring and strategic realignment, your position has been deemed redundant effective immediately. The words blurred into white noise. Redundant. After building their digital fortress from scratch, custom algorithms that could reroute a nationwide blackout in seconds. Encryption layers so tight they made government auditors sweat. He'd fixed crises before dawn. Patched vulnerabilities while the execs slept off their martinis. But now, a cardboard box slid across the table, smelling of fresh ink and finality. Inside, a worn keyboard, a half-eaten pack of pretzels, and a faded photo of his ex-wife smiling at a company holiday party. He packed it silently, his hand steady. But inside, the betrayal simmered. A slow boil of years unspoken. That's when Marcus strode in. The new COO with his polished loafers and veneered grin. The guy who'd climbed the ladder by stepping on spines. Fresh from some Ivy League MBA. He reeked of ambition and Axe body spray. Look, Ethan. This isn't personal, he said, clapping a hand on Ethan's shoulder like they were pals at a barbecue. We're scaling up, modernizing. Need agile minds for the future. Agile. The word stung like salt in a cut. Ethan had heard it in whispers, Marcus calling his work archaic, non-scalable, like Ethan's code was a relic from the dial-up era. Never mind that it had survived hacks, storms, and market crashes without a blip. Ethan just stared, letting the moment burn into Marcus's smug face. No outburst. No plea. Ghosts don't beg, they vanish. Walking out, Ethan paused at the server room's glass wall, the racks blinking like loyal sentinels. He named the core script Echo Lock, a failsafe buried deep, designed to seal everything if the system sensed a breach. Not destruction. Just isolation. A digital fortress turning inward. It wasn't malice back then, it was prudence. Born from watching consultants butcher code and execs chase trends. Now, as the elevator doors closed on his old life, the silence wrapped around him like armor. Betrayal wasn't loud for Ethan, it was this, the quiet erasure of loyalty. Home felt smaller that night. The basement lit only by the glow of his personal rig. An old tower humming with off-site backups. He didn't drink. Didn't call friends, he had none left after the job swallowed his social life. Instead, he logged in, fingers dancing over keys worn smooth from habit. There it was, Echo Lock. Untouched for years. Its code a poem of precision. Behavioral auth. Keystroke rhythms. Syntax patterns tied to him alone. a guardian for the ungrateful. His breath caught as he hovered over the execute command. The pain twisted deeper, 14 years. And they hadn't even said goodbye. Just a box. A smirk. Redundant. He typed it. Enter. The fans whirred louder for a moment. Then settled. Nothing exploded, no alarms. No chaos. Just retreat. The system locked. Access paths rerouted to voids. Configs hashed beyond recovery. Ethan leaned back, the chair creaking under him. And for the first time in weeks, a ghost of a smile crossed his lips. Not triumph, but release. The hurt had a shape now. A purpose. They'd feel the silence he'd lived in. Monday dawned crisp in Chicago. But at Apex, it was apocalypse in slow motion. Marcus arrived early. Latte in hand. Bluetooth buzzing with investor chit-chat. By 8:07. The first ping, login failed. Slack erupted, HR frozen. Dashboards blank behind green lights. Client portals ghosts of themselves. No data flowed. But everything worked. Marcus waved it off at first. Patch glitch. Restart. But restarts looped into nothing. By 8:45, the CEO yanked from a golf outing. Face thunderous as shipments stalled nationwide. Customers raged delayed trucks. Empty warehouses. Penalties piling like debt. Panic thickened the air in the war room. Glass walls fogging with breath. Ransomware, someone whispered. No note. No demand, just void. Marcus paced. I ask you. Barking orders at IT grunts who'd never touched the roots. Then the consultant arrived, Alex Rivera. Elite troubleshooter from Silicon Valley. Charging enough to buy a yacht. He plugged in. Smirking at first. Modular. Clever. But minutes in, the smirk faded. This is recursive. Behavioral locks. Who built this? I shifted to Marcus. Ethan Ramirez. Let him go Friday. Alex froze. Then, you didn't fire a coder. You exiled the architect. This system's keyed to him, his patterns. His touch. No backdoor. You're locked out. The room iced over. Marcus's face strained. Realization hitting like a freight train, his modernization had gutted the heart. The betrayal Ethan felt? Now it mirrored back. Amplified. Clients bailed. Stocks dipped 3%. Whispers of lawsuits. Marcus called Ethan voicemail. His voice cracking, hey. No hard feelings. Need your insight. Ethan listened once. Deleted it. The pain wasn't rage anymore, it was clarity. They'd discarded him like code bloat. Now, the empire teetered on his silence. Tuesday brought legal's verdict, no sabotage. Echolock was policy, breach containment. Documented but ignored. It's working as intended, Alex said. Almost admiring. Marcus snapped, this is paranoia. Alex shot back, this is genius. 0 breaches in a decade. You threw away the key. The CEO's eye twitched, board calls loomed. Accountability like a noose. Marcus's star plummeted, once a visionary. Now the fool who triggered blackout. Ethan. Meanwhile, peeled an orange on his porch. Phone buzzing ignored. A LinkedIn ping, VP from Vanguard Logistics. Heard about Apex. Let's talk. Your mind's what we need. The hurt drove him forward. Not spite. Betrayal scar made choices sharp. By Wednesday, Apex's email reeked of desperation, reinstatement. Bonus. Please. Ethan flew first class to Denver. Met the VP in a mountain retreat. No buzzwords, just respect. Build with us. Integrity first. That night, Apex's CEO emailed, please help. Ethan replied, you saw me as expendable. Now feel the cost. No gloat. Just truth. The price of silence? Their empires pause. Thursday. Ethan walked back into Apex's boardroom. Deliberate steps echoing. 9 faces, pale and expectant. Connor, Marcus, averted eyes. Deflated. Ethan opened the laptop. Typed his sequence. Screens thawed. Data flowed. Green across the board. Reverent hush. Alex whispered, masterful. Ethan closed it. Took the check, 6 figures. No strings and left. No words. Outside. The wind carried freedom. Vanguard waited. But for now, the silence was his. They'd given him erasure. He'd given them a mirror. In that quiet, they finally listened to the echo of their own betrayal.